Hi guys, it's Britney from Canadian Beats, and I have on the line with me Danielle Bourjeaud. How are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm good. So Danielle, just a couple questions for you tonight. So to get started, I know you've been living in Nashville full time for the last couple of years. So what's it like being in a city?
7 years actually.
7? Wow. Does time fly?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah, I bet. What's it like living and working in a city where it's just dripping with musical talent and history?
I mean, I think the best part about that is you get inspired very easily, but it also keeps you on your toes because there's just so many amazing musicians and writers and just talent all over the place that it kind of keeps you pushing for sure. You've got a lot of competition.
Of course. So when you're writing and recording in Nashville, where do you find that you drive the most inspiration from?
It depends on the day. If it's a sunny day, sometimes we may write over by the lake. We have a couple friends that have houses on the lake, but for the most part, I'm over at Olay, and I write over there with some fantastic writers. And, some of my other friends, like Patricia Conroy and other writers I write with, PJ, they have studios in their houses. So a lot of the time I can write just from home and then, lay something down. So, I don't really have a preference. I think it's just who you're writing with and who you're vibing with. And yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So you recently released your new single, Bigger Glass, with Gord Bamford, so congratulations on that as well.
Thanks so much.
So after listening to this song, I find that it has a really kind of sexy and sultry vibe and feel to it. So how is it creating and recording this song different from your other songs?
That's a good question. I've always loved to be versatile and do a lot of other stuff. I heard this song and I just kind of felt connected to it. It was the one song on my record I actually didn't write. So I think sometimes when you don't write your own stuff, you find a different kind of love for it. And my friend wrote it, and he's just so talented, Drew Smith. And it was just one of those songs that kind of spoke to me, So it actually wasn't as different as you would think, just because I felt like it could have come from my pen. It was how I was feeling at that time. And, that's what it's all about, is connecting to the song and making people that hear it believe it.
Yeah, of course. No, it's such I'm a big country music fan, and I really love the way that it sounds. It's so unique, so it'll stand on its own, and it doesn't sound like everything you hear on the radio.
Oh, thank you so much. That's such a huge compliment.
Of course.
Not saying that everything on the radio is great. I mean, it's a huge competition, but it's always nice to hear somebody say it sounds like, different rather than you sound like someone else,
Yeah, no, for sure. So you've also been working really hard, and you released your debut EP. So what is the process that you go through for choosing which songs are going to be on an album, which ones you might use later, or what ones just might not make the cut at all?
Well, that's kind of a group decision with my team. I usually make the last call, but we kind of just, I write a bunch of songs for the catalog, and then we'll kind of pick the songs that we feel like really speak about me and what I want to say. And my first record, I really wanted to have that, laid back, a good feel, good vibes. I think the world needs, just to feel good. And I kind of put out the first 5, and then a couple of the songs changed over time. And, I wrote this guitar after losing my father, who was very close to me, and it's a totally different vibe from the whole record, and I was really happy that it fit in there. And I think it was just kind of the emotions of my life as I was writing it. As I said before, it's kind of just from my pen and who I am and what I'm doing at that time, and hoping that other people can also connect with those songs. And then my producer and my team would come together, and we'd all kind of rate the songs that we liked from top to bottom in the order we liked, and then from there we came to a happy medium, and it just kind of worked out and it flows, and I felt really good about it. And I was always, really wanting my first record to be something that I feel proud about. It's something I want to say that's honest, and it's me, and it's who I am, and kind of say things that push the limit a little bit as well. You know, things that us women want to say that sometimes we may be kind of shy to say it, but I'm hoping to be that girl that can come out and speak for us women.
Yeah. No, I had a chance to listen to your album earlier today, and I think that it is such a strong female presence and a female voice that's going to resonate a lot with women who have all different types of personalities, who are shy, who are outgoing, and I think that's what makes an album and will make your album do so well.
Thank you so much.
For sure. So I was looking on your website to see when you would be gracing us back in Toronto, and I see that you're playing at the Horseshoe Tavern on November 8th. So what inspiration?
I am, yeah.
What inspiration do you bring when you play such iconic venues like that?
You know, I just kind of try and have fun with everybody else out there. For me, it's just hanging out with a bunch of friends and putting on a great show and high energy. You know, you'll see me probably have a couple drinks when I'm up there and cheers the people in the crowd, and you know, half the time the vibe from the room really, you know, kind of gives back that electronic like buzz in the room where you're just like, okay, this, like, people are feeling this, and I feed off crowds big time. I really do. So, you know, my set can always, sometimes I throw the band off for a loop, and I'll be like, you know what? I just opened up to these people in the crowd. Let's play this heartfelt song because I just, you know, poured my heart out on stage to them. And you know, it's just really cool. You get this warm, cool feeling, and I think that's kind of the coolness about playing in your home, like circuit, you know, the GTA and stuff, going back home and seeing familiar faces and people that have followed you around for a really long time. And it's just, it's really cool. So actually, I think it brings more to me than maybe I'll bring to them, but I'm going to show them much artist.
For sure. So, Danielle, my final question for you of the night is, do you have any pre-show rituals? Anything quirky or weird that you don't think other people would do or would know?
I'm actually OCD. Like, my friends will always be like, if they come over to hang out, they'll always say, but you're coming over, like, to chill out, not to clean. Because I guess I'm always out and about, and when I get home, I just, for some reason, I start cleaning, and I'll start washing floors, and you know, I can't, like, sometimes I just have a hard time settling down. I'm pretty sensitive. I mean, when I watch movies, I'm always the one that's, like, sitting in the room crying, and everyone is always thrown off by that. They're like, you have such a, like, strong persona, yet you're such a sap, and I'm like, yeah, I am. Or if there's anything, like, any animals in a movie, I'll just be like, oh my god, I can't watch.
Oh, yeah, I totally get that. You see, like, a dog or horses are a big one that get me. Really upset movies.
Know.
Like,
I know. I've put off shows that everyone raves about because I'm like, I can't watch horses die.
Yeah. Well, Danielle, I want to thank you so much for jumping on the phone with me. It was great being able to ask you all of these questions, and I'm excited for you to come to Toronto.
Thank you so much. Make sure you come find me and say hello.
Of course, and we'll talk soon.